Welcome viewers. Today we embark on an intriguing journey exploring the fascinating origin of life in Hinduism and the remarkable similarities it shares with modern scientific theories. Join us as we delve into the ancient wisdom of Hindu scripture and uncover the astounding connection that bridges spirituality and science. So let's dive in. Hinduism, one of the world's oldest religions, offers a profound understanding of life origins. According to Hindu cosmology, creation and destruction are cyclical processes that span vast period of time. The sacred text of Hinduism, such as Vedas, Upanishads, and Puranas, provides deep insight into the origin of life. Let's explore the thrilling parallels between Hindu creation mythology and modern scientific theories. It is astounding to discover how these ancient narratives align with our current scientific understandings. The theory suggests that the universe began around 13.8 billion years ago as an extremely hot and dense state, often referred to as a singularity. At this point, the universe was in a state of infinite density and temperature. According to the Big Bang Theory, the universe rapidly expanded and cooled down in a process known as cosmic inflation. As the expansion continued, matter and energy started to form and organize into subatomic particles, atoms, and eventually stars, galaxies, and larger cosmic structures. It is worth noting that the term Big Bang can be misleading because it is not an explosion in the conventional sense. Instead, it refers to the rapid expansion of space itself. The Big Bang Theory does not explain what caused the initial singularity or what existed before it. It provides a framework to understand the evolution of the universe from a very early stage to its current state. But here comes the similar theory written in Indian text at least 500 years back, which says similar and even talk about what is there before that expansion. The science in the Vedas explained these concepts, written thousands of years ago, mention Hiranyagarbha and Brahmand Vispotaka, which talks about a similar theory. Hiranya means golden and Garbha means womb. This celestial womb is said to be an ineffable center of power and energy that can be likened to the rhythmic act of breathing constantly pulsating. Thus says Hiranyastupa Angireza narrates a profound battle transpiring within the cosmic womb. It is depicted as a battle between Indra, symbolizing the divine mind, and Vrita, representing the cohesive nature of clouds. In a decisive movement, the extremely propelling force Indra trumps over the restraining force Vrita, leading to the explosive emergence of Hiranyagarbha, which is celestial womb. This event corresponds to the Brahmand Vispotaka, or what modern science now recognizes as the Big Bang Theory. Remarkably, this theory has already been mentioned by ancient Indian scholars centuries before. The similar theory existed in other spiritual texts too, which are in the form of stories. Let's discuss those stories first. According to Vishnu Purana, an ancient Hindu text, the birth of Lord Brahma is narrated as follows. Lord Brahma originated from a lotus that blossomed from Lord Vishnu's navel. The story unfolds after the previous cycle of the universe destruction, when Lord Vishnu reclined on the cosmic water in deep meditation. From his navel protruded a stem of a lotus, and within that lotus emerged Lord Brahma. He appeared with 4 faces, each oriented in a different direction. Initially, Lord Brahma was perplexed about his existence and lacked clarity regarding his purpose. However, he heard a voice emanating from the heaven instructing him to create the universe. Inspired by this divine guidance, Lord Brahma embarked upon the task of fascinating the world and all its inhabitants. This account of Lord Brahma's birth from a lotus is often referred to as the Hiranyagarbha or golden womb creation theory. On the other hand, the Shiv Purana, another significant Hindu scripture, presents a slightly different theory with this same narrative. The story unfolds as follows. After the previous cycle of creation ended, plunging the universe into dissolution, Lord Shiva entered a profound state of meditation. During his meditation, he manifested a divine egg, the Brahmanda, which continued the entire universe in a dormant state. Within the Brahmanda, Lord Brahma took birth and emerged when the egg hatched upon emerging. Lord Brahma beheld Lord Shiva and immediately commenced worshipping him as the supreme being. Means all these are sharing the same message, but there are differences in writings, because in India it's been called that story being remembered easily rather than theories. So every writer writes or narrates the theory as his own way, but the actual message is same. Now further dive in this topic with the evolutionary concept in Hinduism. Hinduism's insightful perspective on evolution offers striking parallels to Darwin evolution. Let's explore how Hindu scripture describe the process of biological and spiritual evolution. first understands the Darwin theory of evolution. The ancestors of all of us are the same, be it human, trees, plants, or animals. All were related to each other. The first one called creature that came on this earth lived in water, are single-celled organism. According to time and circumstances, they adapted themselves and then started becoming multicellular organism. In this way, this journey of evolution continued for crores of years, as a result of which it reached the monkey and then the monkey became human. This theory is supported by evidence from fossils, genetics, and comparative anatomy. Darwin's theory revolutionized our understanding of the natural world, explaining the diversity of life on earth and providing a fundamental framework for the field of biology. Now, the Indian scripture says same thing but its own way, or in the form of stories, so that can be remembered for years easily. And according to them, this is an incomplete theory of modern science. Whereas thousands of years ago, our ancestor from India had already given a more complete theory through stories which we will understand through the 10 incarnation of Lord Vishnu. The first form of Lord Vishnu was called Matsya Avatar in the form of fish, which shows that when there was only water on the earth, then the first fish would have been born. And in this sequence of development, Lord Vishnu again took birth as a tortoise, which lives in water and on earth also. After that, Varaha incarnation, which represents the boar, which likes to live in muddy areas near water. This is followed by the Narsimha Avatara, which is half human and half animal, which takes its sequence of development forward. And then there is Vamana Avatara, which was the first incarnation of Lord Vishnu as a human being, who was born as a child. After that, there was Parsuram incarnation, whose weapon was an axe, which shows the struggle of human being, how in this process of development, man must have needed weapons for the small needs of life. And Lord Parsuram and the axe must have been deposited in the hand to complete the struggle of life. And after that comes the period of which Lord Rama is born, which shows the importance of moral values and families in life. And in this era, that human and apes must have lived together at the same time, which was also mentioned by Darwin. And not only apes, in this sequence of development, other creatures who were half human and half animal must have lived in this period, such as Jamwant, who was in the form of bear, and Jatayu, who was in the form of vulture. It means to say that there must have been other creatures present in the process of becoming human. It means that there must have been other creatures also present in this process of becoming human. And about lakhs of years later, Lord Krishna was born, who was in the form of skilled politician, who told us how we can win the war even without using weapons on the basis of our own intelligence. It shows our intellectual development. And then later, subsequent Buddha Avatar is a step ahead of the incarnation of Lord Vishnu, who told us how to achieve the infinite with the help of our intellectual capacity. After that, there will be a Kalki Avatar, which will happen after 4,25,000 years in the future, which will take the universe back to the same state from where it started. We are not arguing that the ancient Indian knew about the theory of evolution, just pointing out that the parallels are pretty amazing. Through this incarnation, we were just explaining a gradual evolution which our ancestor from India already knows. And Darwin theory almost says same. In Darwin theories, it has been said that present human is a modified version of monkeys, but in Indian scriptures, they believes on another sequence along with it, that was human. According to this, from the beginning of creation, humans were also on the earth, who made sure that this sequence of development was correct. Otherwise, it would not have been possible without any external force that we would have been able to reach where we were today. And in the end, we would like to say that modern science has just started and many things are still in the form of stories in Indian texts. It is possible that many of these stories have not yet been understood, or our intellectual development has not happened so much yet, but perhaps in the coming time we will definitely know them. So in this video, we will gather a little bit from the storehouse of infinite knowledge from India. As we conclude our exploration into the origin of life in Hinduism, we stand in awe of the remarkable parallels it shares with modern science. From the cosmic egg to the concept of evolution, Indian ancient wisdom continues to inspire and provoke thought. Thank you for joining us on this captivating journey through the origin of life in Hinduism and its extraordinary alignment with modern science. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated on future.